Okay, so I'm Rebecca Reinhardt. I'm running for City Controller. The City Controller is the fiscal watchdog of the city and the school district. Okay, so the job of the Controller is to audit the city and the school district and to make sure, according to the city charter, the lawyers here, that the city is operating efficiently and effectively. So people don't often think about what the City Controller does or even know what it does, but it's really important and relevant to everyone's lives here in Philadelphia, because the power of the City Controller is that I believe millions of dollars can be saved, can be identified and then saved through doing a better job than the incumbent is doing in the role, and that money can go towards schools, parks and rec centers. I mean, I have a 7-year-old daughter in the public school system here in Philly, and I just think we need to, push much harder to make sure that government is working for people. And also, I think the City Controller can play a larger role than currently on transparency, open data. So those are some things, but it does have a lot of importance and power in terms of being able to audit, being able to find money. My background, just so that you know, is I have 15 years of financial experience and was the city treasurer and budget director and then chief administrative officer. But thank you all for coming out. I really, really appreciate it. I'll give some time for other people.
Rebecca, can I just ask you a quick question? What's the relationship between the controller's office and the mayor's office and the legislative branch? Because they're the ones that are making a lot of decisions about spending. So how does the controller's office work with that? How does that relationship work?
So the city controller is a separately elected position, and the relationship with the mayor's office, I mean, the way it works right now, I would have it work much differently than now. But I do think there could be a lot more collaboration. But in general, the controller is a separately elected position, so therefore has independent authority to audit the mayor.
I should mention the controller. The fact that the controller is running now on a year when you are now electing people for city council or for the mayor is by design. Because it's supposed to be somebody who is independent, and also when the terms overlap a specific way, so that it opens up an opportunity for collaboration, like Rebecca said, but not necessarily partisanship, right? Which is sort of the goal of this. Another thing is the city of Philadelphia has never had a female controller, by the way. So,
yeah,
to have her first. Are there any other questions for Rebecca? Thank you so much for making yourself available. There is a controller debate.
May 9th at Industrious, Committee of 70 is sponsoring.
Yes, that's right.
So May 9th between 6 and 7:30.
And there's also one actually on Thursday in Chestnut Hill, which we can make sure the details sort of get more widely spread. But yeah, the one on May 9th will probably be the largest.
Rebecca has a Facebook page, so what is it? It's
Rebecca for Philadelphia or Rebecca Reinhardt, and her website is RebeccaForPhiladelphia.com.
So there's a lot of information, and you can, a lot of appearances. She's out a lot, pretty much every night. So if you want to find her, you can, I think. So, and I encourage it, it's great, so thank you. All right, so with that, I think we're ready to start again, right? Should we get started? All right. So we went through, we just covered this here, right? And this here. Can we just start? We talked about the limited and general jurisdiction. One thing, before we move on, you have a right to a jury trial in the Court of Common Pleas. You do not have the right to a jury trial in municipal court. Okay, so that's one of the differences. That's why amounts in controversy that are limited, smaller, if you will, go into municipal court, right? So the judge will make the decision. You have the option to waive the right to a jury trial in the Court of Common Pleas, and you can have what's known as a bench trial, and so the judge is the one that issues the verdict or the judgment. So it's a verdict in criminal cases, it's a judgment in civil cases. Okay. So if you have an issue or you're not happy with the outcome of your case at the first level, the trial level, you have a right to an appeal, and your appeals can go to one of two appellate courts. The appellate court of general jurisdiction is the Superior Court. So if there's an issue from your criminal trial or your civil trial that you wish to appeal, you can take it up to the appellate court, the Superior Court. So the Superior Court technically is in Harrisburg, but they sit all around the state. They can sit in bank, which is when you have a panel of judges, but generally that's not that common. The appellate court, the intermediate appellate court of limited jurisdiction is the Commonwealth Court. So the Commonwealth Court hears any issues on appeal from state agencies or local agencies. So like if you appear in front of like an administrative agency and had an outcome, a state administrative agency, I keep saying administrative agencies, like as an example is that like Social Security, right? So Social Security is an administration, right? We all have rights there. You can have an issue with your benefits determination or something of the like, so you can appear in front of a board and have an outcome from them, and you have the right to appeal that. And that's also true in the state level court. So if you have an issue with like a state agency, and you wish to appeal an administrative order, you would go to the Commonwealth Court. Yeah, the judiciary is really hard to navigate, right? Like most people don't go to court for good reasons, right? The only thing that's like, so there's a few positive things that come out of appearing in front of a judge, but you go there because something went wrong, or you did something wrong, or some wrong was done to you, or you need a judge to resolve a dispute because you and the people with which you are in conflict, with whom you are in conflict, can't resolve it yourselves, right? Going to court is not fun. It is not fun for anyone, and I think some of these things are really hard to navigate and know what your rights are, somewhat by design, right? People are really busy in the judiciary, and sometimes people fall through the cracks, and when we're looking at who we want to elect for any of these level positions, we want to find people who have the temperament and the commitment, who are going to take the time to see things through, because most of the time, you know, Vicki Christensen said something that was really brilliant and really resonated with me. It's not your best day. No time when you go to court is that your best day. It's never your best day. So you know when you're there, you're scared. You don't know what's going on. So judges really have the ability to set the tone and the tenure of their courtroom and of that experience for you.